Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith, aka Mr. Cheap Sense, and I'm back in the building. Today is Saturday. Today is big game day. If the game is not already over, I hope you're enjoying it. Georgia, Florida. I'm not a fan of either team. I'm a Bama boy for life, baby. Bama boy for life. Still number one, baby. Anyway, um, I just wanted to bring you a video of the fragrances that I had on this week. Um, so without further ado, let me run through this real quick, give you the breakdown. Nothing too much in detail. Monday, I had on, and all of these are new to my collection, which were purchased last week. So I didn't get a lot of wearage or time with these fragrances. I just, whatever day it was, I just grabbed one, put it on. So Monday, I had on a fragrance that I was hesitating to buy for some time now. I've seen off and on in TJ Maxx. And one day, finally, I just gave in since they had nothing else that I was interested in. I gave in. I spent $30 for a gift set, which was the cologne and the shower gel. And this was Versace Eros. This is a great scent. It kind of puts you in the line of Versace's Man O Fresh. This is crisp. It is clean. It has a somewhat fruity vibe to it. I love this fragrance. I don't know what I waited on for so long. I guess it was just the price tag that was attached to it. They wanted $40 in the beginning for this, which I think for a 30 ml bottle is a little too steep for me. I would love to have been able to pay $20-25 for it, but I think I finally bought it for like $30. It came down like $10, so I finally purchased it. This is Versace Eros. That was Monday. Tuesday, I believe I had on this guy, which is Eternity for Men Intense by Calvin Klein. Sorry about the glare, but this is a pretty good fragrance. I wouldn't put it in the same aspect of Eros or some of these other ones that I'm about to show you. I have never really been a fan of Calvin Klein until I purchased two of his other fragrances. I've seen also, I've seen also in TJ Maxx, they had the Intense here. They had Eternity, the original, and they have Eternity Aqua, which those are the other two flankers that I want to pick up possibly next week when I get paid. Hopefully I can. Um, if these were alongside, say, some fragrances like um, Versace Eros and maybe like Prada or something like that, I would not pick these up. Um, Although a decent fragrance, I'm not too big on these Eternity flankers, but I wore them. I got one dislike and one like the day I did wear it. I like it, so I guess it doesn't really matter. This, like I said, was a 30 ml bottle. This is the 100 ml bottle. This is a good starter for someone starting a fragrance collection or someone who has already started their collection and just wants to add more substance to their collection, more bottles. Then pick up these three: Eternity, Eternity Intense, and Eternity Aqua. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, I believe I had on another newbie to the collection. I've smelled this in belts. I like the fragrance. This one along with another one, which is a flanker to this one. But I actually purchased this decant from Pecan Parks Flea Market in Jacksonville, Florida for $12. And this is Polo Red. This is a great fragrance. I love this scent. I don't think I got any compliments, maybe one compliment the day I wore this. And I always, if you ever hear me say I got one compliment, most of the time it's from one certain person. And she pretty much likes almost everything that I wear. I guess because she likes me, but you know how that goes. Anyway, great fragrance. I did not purchase the full bottle because I refuse to pay retail price for a fragrance or a booted up price for a fragrance from a flea market. Flea markets to me are only good for if you're buying fragrances. I'll speak in that aspect. I can't speak for anything else or anybody else. This is just me, in my opinion. The only thing the fragrance place in the flea market is good for, to me, is purchasing decants, or if you're in dire straits of a fragrance that you cannot find online or in a retail store, and you don't want to wait for shopping for it to be shipped to you. If you did find it online, then you go to the flea market, they may have it. You're gonna get that retail price, or it's gonna be booted up. And to give you a prime example, if anyone is familiar with Creed's, the House of Creed, which is not the Creed, not the boxing movie, not Apollo Creed or nothing like that. This is the perfumery, the House of Creed, that makes Aventus, Green Irish Tweed, a few other fragrances. They are high. Those fragrances run you anywhere from $100 and some odd all the way up to $6 something I've seen for bottles. Me personally, that's a house note. That's rent. That is a car note, depending on what kind of vehicle you have. That could be several bills. I'm not going to pay that type of price for a fragrance. So I go online and I find a what do you call it? Clone of Creed's Aventus, which there are several clones out there. And I have another clone of that same fragrance that I purchased from the flea market in a decant, just like this one. And I'll review that one next week when I wear it. But Club de Nuit Intense, man, is a clone of Creed's Aventus. I bought it online off the website, fragrancex.com, and it was like $35, $36 with shipping altogether. This guy in the flea market, when I walked up, I guess he was kind of excited about the fragrance. He has it in. And the first thing he was yelling about was, "Hey, have you smelled this?" And as soon as he picked up the bottle, I was like, I already know about that fragrance. I already have it. I purchased it online. That is a beast. That is a monster. I love that fragrance. And he was like, he was in total agreement of it. And I guess he didn't know that a lot of people come in and they pretend like they know things. I actually do research on fragrances. I look up notes. I look up comments. I see how much they're liked and disliked. I bought the fragrance. I like the fragrance. I got tons of compliments every time I wear that fragrance, along with Ventana, which is another clone of another Armani fragrance. Which is a clone of another fragrance called Dior Sauvage. Dior Sauvage is also in the same line of being high. It runs you anywhere from 60 something to $100 and something for a bottle of Dior Sauvage. I bought Ventana for like 30 some odd dollars, I believe. $36. Plus that's with shipping. So, and the good thing about Ventana is Ventana does not have the strong ass pepper note that Dior Sauvage has in it, which makes it that much better to me than Dior Sauvage. I got tons of compliments when I wore Ventana, so I'm happy with those fragrances. But I refuse to pay what he was asking for Club de Nuit Intense Man, which his price was like 60 some odd dollars. So why am I going to pay double for a fragrance I know I can find online for 30 something dollars? That's ridiculous. But I was not finna pay the Polo Red price, which was what, $50, $60 for a bottle, when I can just get this for 20, and then he can refill this one, you know what I'm saying, for $10, $11. Like, come on, man, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, Polo Red is what I had on Wednesday. Great fragrance. Thursday was another newbie. I've seen this in Ross along with a flanker of it, and I intend on purchasing this one hopefully Friday when I get paid. But this is from a car company, Ferrari, and this is Scuderia Ferrari Black. I looked up the notes on this one. I was interested. It was only $20. This is the, I believe, 125 ml bottle. The notes are what interested me the most because I like sweet, fruity fragrances, in which women do also. And this one has two of the notes I know for sure are apple and plum. I can't remember everything else that's in it, but just the sweet notes in it are what, draw me to this one. This is a great fragrance. It is sweet, nothing overpowering, nothing like that. None of these fragrances really I wore are overpowering or too strong. Eternity might be the only one that is a little powdery and a little strong because it's the intense version, but it's wearable. This one, very wearable. All of these could be great office scents that I have, work scents also, date night fragrances, all of these except for the Eternity. I don't think I would wear that one on a date, but Arrows and Polo Red and this one I probably would, and the last two. This I think ran $20. It was $19.99 at our local Ross. I kept seeing this and the flanker to it, which is Scuderia Ferrari Red, in which I'm going to purchase that one also. I believe that one also has some fruity notes in it, and I'm interested. The downfall on this fragrance versus the other three that I've already shown you, plus the other two that I have here, is this one does not last long at all. This one gives you about, I'll say, 2.5, maybe 3 hours longevity, and then I had to reapply because it became a very, 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 very close skin scent. Like you damn near gotta shove your hand in your nose to smell it. That's not good. So this fragrance really is something I will not wear a lot of. I'll probably end up having this for a very, very long time, unless I get in the notion to just back off of my other good ones, not wear it so much during the week, wear more of this till it's gone, and then be done with it. But who knows? I may just keep it in the collection, just for what's the word I'm looking for? Quantity, not quality. Quantity, I mean volume. So that's Scuderia Ferrari Black. That was Thursday. Friday, flanker of Polo Red. This is Polo Red Extreme. Same place I bought the other one from, Polo Red. Same flea market, $12. And believe it or not, these used to run $7 back when I was, I think, out of high school when I started purchasing these from the flea market. They were $7, and I guess the demand for colognes and perfumery um, went up, and so did the prices. And I can understand that supply and demand, and that's how you make your money. You're not gonna make your money off of me by me buying retail priced items from a flea market. I really can't even see myself purchasing fragrance from a retail store for retail price, unless, like I did before, I bought, I think, product candy from Ulta for someone a few years back. But other than that, I don't really do too much of that. Yeah, I'll splurge if I have it on, a female that's in my life or whatever. But myself, I won't do it. I'll wait. Like I found Prada Luna Rossa Sport at Ross. That fragrance runs you 80 and up in a retail store, and I found that for $40 in Ross. So that was right up my alley. But this Polo Red Extreme is a whole hell of a lot better to me than regular Polo Red. The Extreme version is a lot sweeter, and it lasted a whole hell of a lot longer. Did Polo Red, I did have to reapply. Polo Red Extreme, I didn't have to reapply. If you strategically put this on, like I usually do, one behind each ear, one on the back of the neck, which gives you your blow by when you walk past someone down the hall. They're gonna smell it. And then I usually hit my chest, which is my shoulders, I should say. So if someone hugs me, they'll get a good nose, face full of it. And then I hit my stomach area maybe once or twice, and I hit the pulse areas on my wrist, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you have something a little lighter or maybe a little weaker, and I'll use this one for example, um, the smell of this one is not beastly, but it is out there. Like, you get the plum, the apple, and whatever else that's in it. But when it dries down, it's soft. So you can't go heavier on this. Just put it on before you get to work, which gives it the dry down time, and then you'll be set. This one is a beast. Dry down is just as nice as the opening. Um, it lasted a long time on me. Even when it became a skin scent, every time I moved, I could still smell it. And um, I got a few compliments off of this one. Like I said on my Instagram channel, I wore this. I had this on yesterday at work, and I got a compliment or two off of it. But the weirdest one, not really weird, but the best compliment to me was last night. I was at our local Cilantro's, and my sister invited me there, and I was there for probably about 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. And uh, someone I went to school with saw me, and she was like, when I hugged her, she was like, "You got that come get me on." So that was uh, funny to me. That was a good one. So Polo Red Extreme, excellent fragrance. I suggest you pick them up. I suggest you pick up all of these fragrances, especially this last one I'm going to show you. Also, I'll go back and give you the rundown on price in a minute. I should have did that while I was introducing the fragrances. But anyway, the next one is something that someone else bought for me, um, and it came from Belk, and I appreciate it all the same, no matter where it came from, no matter what the price of it was. Uh, but this fragrance, I have never smelled the original, and I would like to. Um, and I actually would like to purchase it just to have it in the collection. But the fragrance I had on yesterday, in which I didn't go anywhere. After I came back from Cilantro's, I jumped in the shower. I wanted to put something on, and I didn't want to put on, just any old thing. So I felt like putting this on, and it is Aqua di Giorgio Armani Absolute. Sorry about the glare. You can't really see it, but this is Giorgio Armani's Aqua di Giorgio Absolute. And don't let the color of this juice fool you. It looks like it's gonna be one of those woody, kind of strong, manly scents. It's not. This is sweet yet manly at the same time. I love this fragrance. I have never smelled the original, I don't believe, and I want to smell the original, and I also want to purchase it. They say the original Aqua di Giorgio is a monster. I want to find out for myself. That one has been around for a very, very, very long time, and it is still highly sought after. The price on it is still ridiculous, because this price was ridiculous. And I don't know how much that person paid for this for me when they purchased it for me, and which they bought 2 fragrances. They also bought what was it? Mont Blanc's what is it? Mont Blanc Legend in the black and silver bottle. They purchased both of those fragrances, and when I seen these in Belks, the retail price was 80 and up on both of these. Both of those, I should say. So how much she paid for both altogether, and I think she said something about she had a Belks card or something, I don't know, but it can't take too much off. So whatever the price was, I salute her on that. I appreciate it. But this also is, what is this? This is a 75 ml bottle. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly how much she paid for it, but retail price is like 80 some odd and up on this one. The Scuderia Ferrari Black is $19.99, which was 20 some odd dollars. The Versace Arrows from TJ Maxx. This was Ross. This was Belks. This is TJ Maxx. This was $30 plus tax. Versace Arrows. And this is the 30 ml bottle. This one was the, I believe, 125 ml bottle. This is the 100 ml bottle. This was $30. TJ Maxx. And like I said, these 2 decants, well, actually it's 4 decants. I have 2 more that I haven't worn or did a review on yet, which I'll get to that next week. But the Polo Red and Polo Red Extreme, both were $12 a piece at the flea market. These are decants. So, but anyway, those are my fragrances for the week. I don't plan on going anywhere tomorrow, which is really when I should have done these videos. But I just was bored. I'm sitting around watching Friday the 13th horror movies. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not a Georgia or Florida fan, so I'm not watching the games either. I'd much rather sit around and watch horror movies. But I got a little bored. I had just woke up, so I decided to do this rundown on colognes. So if the game's not over already, guys, hope you're enjoying the game. If it is over, I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe. Please have a designated driver, because I know people are going to be drinking heavily and smoking. Be careful out there. The police are watching. They're scanning. They're doing everything in their power to get you. So stay safe. Smell great. Peace.